Standing by you, and I think I want to forever. And after all has come and gone through all the years, I can't believe the moment's finally here. Hey, you never looked so beautiful. You're everything I've waited for, so much more. Standing right in front of me, and we go weather every high and low. If love is going where we go to have it all forever, let's start our life together. Let's start our life together.
Gage. When I think of everything that has happened to get us to this point, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. The journey hasn't always been easy, but it has been so intentionally designed, and because of that, I've never been more sure of something. I'm beyond ready for you to be my husband. Not to be cliche, but they always say opposites attract, and I've never really considered us opposites because our morals and values line up so perfectly. But when you really dissect our personalities, maybe they were on to something. One of my favorite things that you possess that I lack is the ability to dream. I get so caught up in the logistics of things and I forget that the possibilities are endless. You have a gift for seeing the potential in life and dreaming big. You don't want to live a typical life, and while that used to scare me, the thought of life being one big adventure that we figure out together excites me. I know that with you, I don't just have a partner, but I have a teammate, an equal. And no matter where this crazy life takes us, we're going to persevere and we're going to do it together. Our differences may cause challenges throughout the course of our life, but we complement each other so perfectly, and I can't wait to see how we use our differences to challenge and inspire each other. The reality is that we're just getting started. I don't know if I'll ever be able to put into words the impact that you've had on my life. You came into my life during a time that was dark. My confidence was at an all-time low, and I was refusing to acknowledge that perhaps I needed to work on myself. But then I met an infamous baseball coach whose love has healing powers, and now I'm forever changed. Your love is gentle, selfless, and so incredibly intentional. You love people well, and you love people fully, and I'm blessed beyond words to get to be loved by you for the rest of my life. You have always seen the absolute best in me, and because of that, I've learned to see it too. So, when I think of everything that's gotten us to this point, it's overwhelming. Between a quick start to a long 11 months of holding our feelings in, and a life-altering change that ultimately solidified us being here today. But it's so overwhelmingly beautiful because despite the struggles and the dark periods, we always chose each other. And that's my first promise to you. I promise to choose you every day, the good ones, the bad ones, and the ugly ones. I promise to always be willing to grow with you and to let you challenge me, even when changing my perspective or my ways seems a little scary. And lastly, I promise to love you unconditionally, even on the days I don't necessarily like you, and to always make our relationship my top priority, because that's the ultimate foundation for the beautiful life I know we're going to live. So, Gage Scribner, my love for you is infinite, and I can't wait to see what this crazy life has in store for us. Now let's do the dang thing and start our forever together. Yours truly, Mrs. Haley Scribner.
It's got a nice ring to it. Without makeup.
I think it's your turn.
Yeah. Who else's turn would it be? All right. Haley. What better way to kick off our wedding than for you to hear your favorite words? You were right. I can finally admit that yes, I do enjoy playing games. And I'm extremely grateful and honored that I get to play them with you for the rest of my life. To call myself the luckiest man in the world would be an understatement. There was nothing lucky about our story. As I look back on the last 3 years of our lives, it's glaringly obvious to me that God himself has been choreographing our dance the whole time. It's hot out here, huh? Our story is my favorite. From the beginning, he planted us both precisely where he needed us to be. I recall clear as day being told about you for the first time, and deep down knowing that there was something special about this long-term sub that everyone kept telling me about, even if they were only high schoolers. I remember an impromptu second date that led to introducing you to my hometown and making the most miraculous and rewarding basketball shot of my life. Not bad for a guy who scored 2 whole points in 2 entire seasons of middle school basketball, huh? I remember when long distance took its shot at us, unsuccessfully. I remember all the adventures along the way. Florida, Vegas, Charleston, Houston, Lubbock, Oxford, all of them. I remember leaving for the Air Force. And how heartbreaking it was. To have to leave you in that car and walk into the hotel. I remember coming home and seeing you for the first time all over again. It's all too perfect. And couldn't have been written by anyone other than God. But what I also remember are the little moments along the way, the moments we chose to love each other when it wasn't the easiest, how we stood by each other's side and battled what life was throwing at us as a team. And that's what makes me the most proud. So, while God continues to write the story of our lives, I vow to always be your teammate and to relentlessly attack anything that comes between us. Like the sweat.
It's hot.
To protect you and our family, no matter the cost. To explore the world in search of all the adventures left out there waiting for us. To be patient and understanding always. And to lead you as we continue on this magnificent journey that is life together. But most importantly, I vow to love you and make every decision for as long as I shall live with you at the forefront of my mind. I love you beyond my capacity to articulate, Haley. Now let's go get married. I love you.
I love you so much.
Take my hand, there's 1,000 first dances for us. In an endless sky, being lit by the fire of our love. Yeah. After all has come and gone through all the years, I wouldn't trade a thing, 'cause it brought us here.
how I know the bride. So I met the bride when she was 18 months old. 18 months old or something like that. And went on a date with Erica at a Super Bowl party. And she was running around calling her mama. And that's how I met her. That's how I met my sweet baby.
Okay. Well, I met Haley because I am her mother. So I gave birth to her. But to add to that story, when I met Daniel, I forgot to tell him that I had a child. And so I actually was like, oh my goodness, he's coming to the Super Bowl party and Haley's going to be here. Oh, there was a big group of people. Anyway, so my sister said, that's okay. I'll pretend like she's my child.
Yeah.
And so she was running around calling me mama. And my sister was like, come to me.
I'm like, put two and two together. I was like, oh,
I don't think,
she must have a daughter.
Yep. So
Yep. that was.
You said you accidentally forgot.
I
Yeah.
did accidentally forgot. I was hosting
Well,
the party.
it was kind of an ad hoc type party.
Yes,
it was
a get together.
So we met at a get together in Dallas.
Yeah. Well,
And a bar in Dallas.
Yeah.
And so she was like, "Oh, come to my house tomorrow for a Super Bowl party." And so
him and all his friends.
Yeah, him
like
and-
he
yeah.
had a big group of friends.
yeah.
And I had a bunch of friends that were going to be there, but anyway, that's kind of how.
So
and so
that's-
I didn't really think that I would hear from him either. And so
You never know. You know, back in what,
anyway, long story short, they
25
showed
years
up
ago,
and the
whatever it
rest
was.
was history. Here we are.
Yeah.
21 years later. So
I know the couple because the bride is my sister, and obviously they met, and so that's how I know Gage.
Nice. I know Haley because we met. Am I looking at the camera?
I know.
Okay. I know Haley because we met in college. We're on the Texas Tech Pom Squad together, and I've been there for Haley since college and on. And when she started dating Gage, that's how I met Gage. And now we're besties.
I know Gage and Haley through baseball. Me and Gage played baseball back in 2018, became real good friends then, and the rest is history. We became friends, and I've known him for a while. So when Haley came around, I was introduced to her, and that's that.
How I know the couple? Well, the groom is my son. He is my second child. I'm sorry. And Haley, I met through my son when they started dating.
For me, I think she's very A personality. I think she's a very A personality. Loves to. She's gonna tell you what she thinks. Very giving. She loves to. She loves the wow factor. Like she likes. If she's gonna say something, it's the wow factor and see what your reaction is. That's probably the couple best ways I could describe her.
she's funny, sarcastic.
Yeah.
When she knows what she wants, she's gonna get it. She's very driven. She sets goals for herself and she makes it happen.
Yeah.
But yes, very organized, detailed,
Yeah.
very
Driven. She's very driven.
yes.
I mean, she has planned her life since she was 10 years old.
Very much a planner.
A list planner. I mean, she's a list person. She goes A, B, C, D.
Yeah. She loves with her heart.
Yeah, she is
She's passionate.
Yeah.
A leader.
Yeah, very much a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Gage is he is very why did I just go blank?
Yeah, I think he's very compassionate.
Yes.
Got a lot of patience, especially to deal with Haley. Haley needs a lot of patience. But yeah, he's got a lot of patience.
Yeah, he's spontaneous. I mean, that's another one.
Sure.
He's but Gage is a Gage, you can count on Gage to be there for you. Like he's very everything Kevin said that
Yeah.
I said about
Yeah,
Gage.
if you want him to go,
He's
if I was at a baseball game, with Presley, and I said, "Hey, come," text him, say, "Hey, come to this baseball
compassionate.
game," and he would
Yes.
drop everything and
Yes.
come to that baseball
Very
game.
compassionate. He's
And spontaneous. That's
Yeah.
spontaneous. But very
competitive.
very competitive for sure.
So my son has a huge heart. He is he's strong-willed. He is brave. I have always admired his courage. So I've actually learned that from him. To be confident in who you are. So I've really admired that in him. So I look forward to actually getting to know her much better. I haven't got to spend a lot of time with Haley, but I can tell you that for her to recognize and see in my son, and for him to see something special in her, I trust that. And I look forward to getting to know her. And from the interactions and the time I have got to spend with her and her family, I feel completely at peace instantly around them. So I have confidence that she has the heart that he says she has. And man, I look so forward to their future and to their kids down the road, maybe a couple of years, but whatever they're planning, I'm good with. I'm not a grandmother yet. I look forward to that, and I can't wait.
So Gage is very focused, very driven. He's a very competitive guy. We find ourselves challenging each other a lot. Very social. Never are you ever sitting down on your phone watching a movie. Whatever the case is with him, it's usually some activity involved. We're doing something, we're having fun, we're being physical, we're joking around. Just a real fun dude to be around. Real bright guy, smiles a lot. Just the kind of dude that pushes you to be better, honestly. Haley, don't know her as well, but from what I have gathered, absolute sweetheart. Gage has a real good judge of character, and he's madly in love with her. So all I can say is, that speaks a lot about who she is.
My sister, she is a crazy girl. She's a little bit of everything. I love her to death. She's also more on the positive side. Very an impactful person. She is like my biggest role model. I look up to her in every single life step that I take, and she's always been there for me. And she's a person you can go to no matter what, and she would help you.
It's funny you say she's crazy, because compared to me, she's like mild to my crazy. Haley is the most caring and like thoughtful, genuine person. She wouldn't hurt a fly, like is just so kind and loving to everybody. And yeah, she's
great.
She's way nicer than I could ever be.
She is competitive, strong-willed, very intelligent, and driven.
Yes.
Yeah.
She also has the sweetest soul and loving heart for life, for everybody in life as it is. She excels in everything she does because that's how she's made. And I never have to worry about Haley. She's always made good choices, had good people around her, just done wonderful things in her life.
She was that way as a little girl.
Yes.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Knew more than most kids her age. Just always that way.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, we love
Rock
Gage.
solid.
I am so glad. I just told them the other day before all of this started, I was so glad they found one another. I truly believe they have meant, to be together, and they just really complement one another. And I'm so excited to watch their life together. I'm so excited for that. It's just going to be epic for them. they're going to have a great life. You know. Okay.
Haley is a dynamic A type, extremely organized, knows what she wants and where she wants to go, and she can get the job done. She's also very compassionate and empathetic. And so it's like she's almost a 2 and 3-sided person, but not complex. What you see is what you get. And Gage is more like me, a free spirit, not a type A, extremely nice and accepting, warm and inviting. He treats everyone he meets the same. Everyone. Rich, poor. No matter how you dress, if you're got sleeves of tattoos, or if you're some rich dude, Gage is going to treat you the same. He's amazing. So it seems like they just groove. When I'm with him, he's very just generous and attentive to her, and just kind and thoughtful when they're with each other. You can kind of just tell by their body language when they're with one another, and you can just sense that. I'm always respectful when they speak to each other and how they are with one another, just considerate. And I haven't had that personally, so to see that and to see him have that and for her to have that, it's just amazing. So
I love Gage and my sister together. I think they were truly meant to meet each other, and their story on how they met each other is very special. I just love Gage, and I'm so happy that he is now part of our family, and I couldn't be happier.
I think they are the perfect storm, and I mean that. Because Gage calms Haley's storm. Haley goes about 100 miles a minute, and Gage kind of puts a cap on that and is like, hey, let's take a step back. So I feel like he gives her patience, he gives her calmness and stillness and peace. And I just think they like blend so perfectly, and they each have their own opposite traits that work so perfectly together.
They balance each other out.
Yeah.
I mean, like truly, like she can be dramatic and expressive and emotional, and he knows how to kind of reel her back in. Really, I mean, he can not meet her energy in a negative way, but he can call her out and say, hey, you need to take a break, take a time out. And she, like, if we did that, it would not.
Yeah, it wouldn't go good.
But
she almost, I mean, they always like, it's like her yin to his yang.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of, they definitely balance each other out.
And like he can be forgetful, but yet she kind of keeps him on task.
And lets,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I really do. They really do.
They balance each other out very, very well.
May not mean much, but never seen them in an argument. You know, never. Anytime I've ever hung out with them, Scrib does his thing, Haley does hers. There's never any kind of nagging or bothering, which is a real good deal. You kind of see that a lot these days. They always smiling, always dancing, or I don't know the best way to describe it. I guess like kitty love, touching each other, or just being not super intimate. I don't know if that's the word, but just playful. Very playful around each other. I don't know. They bring out the best in each other.
they work together like a team. They make a good team, and they complement one another. But they have enough in common, like pickleball. He was a mentor to my grandson who plays baseball, and Gage plays baseball. He will do whatever it takes to help someone, to mentor younger people. So Haley has that in common with him because she works with teenagers at school. So they have things that are alike, and then the things that are different,
they mesh together and are like fish swimming upstream together, jumping those hoops or waves.
Tim.
Yeah,
Tim.
yeah. I don't think you could get
Yep.
any more perfect. I've never seen anybody compliment one another like they do. It's incredible. They just really, what's the word I wanted? Compliment one another. Yeah, they compliment one another, and they're just good for one another. They're really a good balance for each other. So we love him so much. I'm
Yeah.
so glad she found him.
I'm glad he's in our family.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a funny story about both of y'all, which I know you have heard this story probably many of times since you were there. But the time we went rock climbing, and it was the three of us, and this was the first time I had ever gone rock climbing, and it was bouldering, so you're not hooked onto anything. And they told me to go to the very top, and I about made it, and then I went and reached after they were yelling at me, and I fell backwards from the top, and they sat there and laughed at me, and I did not think it was funny, but now today it is funny.
I have many, many funny college stories, but sometimes things need to be left at Texas Tech and they can't be repeated. But she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Daniel and Haley, you know this story too about the broken window.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know the thrust of it. I don't know all the details. Daniel and Haley bonded immediately when they were young, when she was young. And she was, I think, riding right beside Daniel in a truck, and he had a four-wheeler in the back of his truck. And Haley did something to distract Daniel. I think he actually hit his face or eye or something, and he wound up.
She poked him in the eye. Yeah.
And he stopped the truck very quickly, and the four-wheeler rolled up and broke the back window, and in typical style, Daniel didn't get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she is the apple of his eye. Their relationship has been so sweet to watch together, and he would just move heaven and earth for her.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah. But one of my favorite stories is she was like 2 years old. I was babysitting her, sitting in the recliner, and she was playing. She got behind me and was playing, and I thought, she sure is quiet. What is she doing? She had gotten my Kleenex box, and she was doing this, and she was popping those Kleenexes one for the other, and she was just going to town. Looked like it had snowed behind my chair. It was so hilarious, and she just having a big old time. But we have had more fun together. We used to play mommy and daughter together. She was the mommy, I was the daughter. And we just had more fun. And just over the years, watching her grow, watching her dance. She's the most incredible dancer I think I've ever seen. And she dances to my heart and my soul. Yeah. I miss that more than anything, is watching her dance.
Yeah.
When we were in Belize and she was dancing on the boat, and she decided to have a dance off with one of our friends' husbands, and they both basically they were having a dance off on the boat, and they both hit the deck and fell. And
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one that when she was, I don't even know, probably 6 or 7, even to this day, she hates bugs.
Oh, that's a good one.
And she called them abides. Not sure why she named bugs abides.
She was littler. She was like 2 or 3. But
I don't know how she was
called
little.
them abides.
She was little. She called them abides, and so, but she hates, even to this day, she hates bugs. But anyways, she was taking a bath in this, like, kind of a garden tub that we had in our master bath. And she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Just, abide, 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 and I'm like, so I rush in there, and she's standing on the corner of the tub. You know, the corner of the tub is only like this big, and the water's, you know, in the tub, and she's just like paralyzed, like, Abity, Abity, and it's just, that was one of the memories I'll probably never forget, just
Yeah.
funny like that.
Yeah, still now, if you see her, like she sees it, she's like, yep,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
exactly.
She hates
yep.
bugs. She hates bugs.
The funnest story, and I can't wait to share the videos of, and they're actually, it's funny because, and he may not think it's funny, but so he, oddly enough, when he was, I believe, about 9 or 10, I could be wrong on the age, but I have the videos. He was Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I had never heard my son sing, and it was amazing, but it might be a little embarrassing for him being a grown man, being Charlie, but I can't wait to share those, so I think that's the funniest thing. I know that when I get to share that with Haley and her family, that's going to be fantastic.
Don't go to bed mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
go to bed mad.
I think mine would be to remember that they are both loved beyond measure, and that not only us, but the family is here for them no matter what, and that they will succeed in their life together. I truly believe that. Yeah.
Always do the dishes. Always take out the trash. Make the bed, because Haley's very anal
Oh yeah.
and
you don't make
very
the bed.
tidy and neat, and it's better to just do it
Then
than
not.
being asked to do it. And keep
Yeah.
a tidy, clean house and happy love.
Yeah. I mean, I say what she says, of course. and
She's
just,
so neat.
She's very neat. So just Gage, really make sure that
Yeah.
you do the dishes and make the bed, and your marriage will be
Yeah.
amazing.
Don't ever scream at each other unless the kitchen is on fire.
Man, probably just remember why y'all got together in the first place, and if there's ever a time where y'all are having doubts in the relationship or arguing with each other or there's strife, just remember that y'all chose each other, y'all chose to love each other, and remember what drew you to each other in the first place, and work through that.
I'd say definitely be honest with each other, for starters.
I would say learn to compromise, because
Yeah.
you're not always going to see eye to eye, and I think compromise is important, and you sometimes have to like put what you think and your thoughts back, and not necessarily like act on like how you're thinking and feeling in the moment. Just kind of pausing and like is this a big deal or not a big deal? Like,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of picking your battles.
Yeah,
right?
picking your battles.
But
figuring out what to
communication
do.
too. is
Yeah,
big.
definitely communication. You need to
Yeah.
have, 'cause if you don't have communication, everything turns, can get ugly.
Always remember to give each other grace. Always.
Shot me down, darling, how you went and swept me off my feet. It's like I'm fighting gravity, looking at you. The way you say my name sounds like a perfect symphony. Baby, let me be your harmony. It sings right in tune. You walk in a room and I lose my breath. Coming my way, counting your steps. My heart starts to beat out of my chest. Harder and harder, the closer you get. Baby, I fall every time you walk in. Make sure those dancing shoes are nice and tight. Once the party gets going, the party don't stop. Let's dance, dance, dance. Let's dance, dance, dance. You're gonna kick yourself when you find out the party of your life is happening now. Don't turn down the chance to turn it all the way up, up, up. Everybody get into it, not get stupid. Everybody don't wanna wake up and find out you missed it. Once the party gets going, the party don't stop. Let's dance, dance, dance. Let's dance, dance, dance. The style only turns one way, that's all the way up, way up, way up. Don't turn down the chance to turn it all the way up, up, up. Everybody get into it, not get stupid. Everybody don't wanna wake up and find out you missed it. Once the party gets going, the party don't stop. Let's dance, dance, dance. Let's dance, dance, dance. Let's dance, dance, dance. Let's dance, dance, dance.
This is a disaster. We're chunking it. That's not good. We planned that. Maybe you should go after.